Hey YouTube, what is up? It's Chance from Team High Roll, and I have a deck profile for you today. It is Shaddolls. It is my take on Shaddolls' format, at least pre-Star Seraphs. This should be the first video going up on our channel. We are a new channel dedicated to mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe other stuff in the future, but for now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Mostly we'll be doing like locals reports, deck profiles, pack openings, and like dual videos of current format and like past formats like Go Control, Tell Dad, and Ravine Rollers. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the deck. I've made this video like 3 or 4 times, and it's been way too long every time. So I'm gonna try and make it as short as possible. Firstly, we play 3 Mathman. Mathematician's pretty much a staple at 3 in any Shaddoll deck, I think. I mean, it was hit to 1 for a reason in the OCG. He is a very, very good card. Send any monster to the grave from the deck, pretty good. Next, for the Shaddoll monsters, we play 3 Beast. Should be playing 3 Beast. He draws you a lot, it's cool. Play 2 Falco. Falco gets us our Beasts back. Makes us draw even more, so that's even more cool. And then we play 2 Squamata. Squamata sends stuff, and that's cool, right? And then the last 2 Shaddoll monsters we play is Dragon and Hedgehog. I like Dragon at 1 because I hate drawing it, and if I ever want it, I can search it with Hedgehog, or if I ever need it to pop something, it is good to send with Construct. And then I'm going to play 1 Hedgehog because of a certain trap I am playing, so I want to keep my searching pretty limited, but you should always be playing Hedgehog. So this is a Denko Dolls, not Artifact Dolls. I think Denko, at least for now, is better in Shadolls than Artifacts. Artifacts, whenever I was testing it, I never wanted to, like, banish my Artifact monsters. So, for, like, BLS, or, like, make them with from my hand. So, yeah. I just much rather use Denko. Denko shuts down a couple decks, like, if people are still playing Cleese, they can shut down Cleese. Shut down Satellars, hurts Burning Abyss when they have like 3 set and like 2 Dantes, and 1 is obviously a Fire Lake. So I think Denko's better right now. So we play her at 2. I think 3 is a little bit cloggy though. And then for our rank 4 and synchro power plays, we play the babies at 2 each. I like 2 each best because I always like to be able to search off of one of them. I don't want to. I like them to float better, and that's pretty much it. My explanation. And since I play enemy controller, I like to take their monster and then get a monster back from their effects. And if I play 2 and 1, if I have the other one in hand, it's not going to be cool. Next, for the 1-ofs, play 1 Felice. Felice is really good. Get Black Rose real quick with Mathematician. You can also pop like a Floodgate, like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror or something of that nature. And she's sometimes dead in your hand, but it's just a light target to pitch for Construct, so it's not that dead as people like to say she is. Then we play the new Pero Cerberus. Really good in this deck now. Put it in the grave, pop the Gen monster. Kind of cool. And then I play 1 Thunder King. He's pretty much just a walking mistake. And he has a light with 1900 attack. He's kind of tough to get over. So, it's a really good turn 1 play against, say, like Necroz. They might not have an instant out to that. So, yeah. Thunder King's pretty good, and he's a light, so you can always just make Construct with him. And then we play Little Baby Wyvern with Big Papa's Dad. Dark Arm is so good in this deck, and he's like so easily searched. that any Shaddoll deck should be playing Dark Armed. Dark Armed is so good for OTKs because it's really, 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 really easy to get them to your hand. And or if you just open them, that's cool too. I like to do that too. So there's that, and then Sack Nasty himself, BLS. No explanation needed. For spells, we play, I think, 11 spells. Play the 3 Shaddoll Fusions. Gotta play the 3 L Shaddoll Fusions. If you're not playing 3, what are you thinking? And then for the 1-ofs, we play 1-of Book, 1-of Argeki, 1-of Foolish, 1-of MST, and 1 Econ. I opted not to play a lore because I've never really been a fan of banishing my Shaddoll monsters. I guess, yeah, in theory I could banish a Black Baby or a dead Dark Armed if it's way too late game, but I just honestly never liked a lore that much. But yeah, Econ's really good. MST at 1 I think is fine. Oh yeah, these are oddly sleeved because they're in another deck and I didn't want to re-sleeve it because I'm lazy, so sorry about that. And then obviously Argeki's very good at wiping established boards. And Book, another out to the Jin, which this deck literally loses to. So here's our traps. We have 2 Shadow Games. Shadow Games and Mathematician opening hand is very, very good. And that's kind of what you want to shoot for. Shadow Games, if you're not playing Shadow Games and Shaddolls, you're doing something wrong. Then we play 2 Mistake. You don't search too much in this deck unless it's like a Light Baby or Dark Baby or Hedgehog. So you kind of like play around that in a sense. But yeah, Mistake is very, very good. Shuts down Satellars and Necros pretty hard if they aren't maining UST, so you can kind of gimp game 1. And then we play 1 core. Should play 1 core no matter what Shaddoll build you're playing. Core picks up any spell or trap Shaddoll card. Really good for pushing for game. You can send a like Shaddoll, L Shaddoll Fusion and this card if you Shaddoll Fusion with, like, let's say a Squamata. So you get 2 dumps to the grave. So yeah, Shaddoll core is pretty good. And then lastly we play 1 Ring of Destruction. It just came off the ban list. It's real good, so you should play it. That's 41 cards. I can't find anything right now to cut the main deck, at least. But let's just go ahead and go to the side deck. So we saw 3 Max C for rogue decks and pretty much Burning Abyss, maybe Dark Matter. Maybe that'll kind of slow them down, I'm not sure. But Max C, pretty standard. We play 3 Effect Veiler. 2 ultis are coming my way, so forgive me for that. Veiler's pretty much for Necros and Necros only. And it's a light, so it can never be dead in your hand, because you can just use it for Construct. We play 2 Flying Sea, because we want to slow down Satellars a little bit, so they can't Diamond Dust that quick, or Traverse. So yeah, that's pretty much what Flying Sea is for. Satellars. Then we side the other 2 MSTs that we are not maining. Side MSTs for the Sorry Souls, playing Cliff Forts and decks that you think will side Mirrors for you or Floodgates. So yeah, easy explanation. Then we play 3 Shared Ride. I'm not sure if I want to play Shared Ride over Lancia or not, because getting Trished in this deck is pretty brutal, and getting Jin locked is pretty brutal. But I think Shared Ride will deter them from going that off on you. So I think I'm going to stick with Shared Ride for now. Of course, this is all subject to change. This is just the first rendition of the deck. Then we side a Dark Hole for decks that will put up a big board and you just want it to go away. Dark Hole is your go-to guy. And then finally, Crush Card Virus. Since we can play it, we can search our targets with Hedgehog to get like Falco, or you can just use a Hedgehog. Mainly use it for Clifforts, if there's any Clifford players still left. And it kind of hurts Necros a little bit. They have a handful of like Brio, Unicorn, Valk, and like something else. It's kind of brutal, but they should be able to play around it. And then they can send cards to the grave, which is kind of cool for them. So really, it's just for Clifforts. It's more hate. Into the extra deck, we put 2 Gorse tokens on the top of our extra deck to make people think we play Gorse. So that's that. Then we play the mandatory 3 Construct. Construct is a must at 3. You will use all 3. Do not play any less. And then we play 2 Winda. Pretty good against Burning Abyss if they can't get rid of it, and Stellars if they can't get rid of it. Kind of slows the deck down a little bit. And yeah. And then we play 1 Shekanaga. I want to find room for a second since we play Pero now, and we upped the Mathematician to 3 from what I used to play was 2. Shekanaga is also really good against Stellars if they're going to try and Travare you or the Mirror Match. So, Shek is pretty good. And then for the Synchros, we play 1 Armades. I still think Armades is really good. She's fairly easy to get out with a Falco and Mathematician. You should play Armades. And she's a light, so she can help you push for more damage if you have a Shaddoll Fusion in hand. Then we play HTS Psyhemoth. I actually really love Psyhemoth because it is a card that can, if you don't want something hitting the grave, you can use Psyhemoth to get rid of it, and it's fairly easy to get out with the babies and Falco. If there's like a Dante aboard or a Trish that you don't want them to recycle, you can just make a Psyhemoth, attack it, and then banish it. And yeah, that's why I play Psyhemoth. And I don't really like Goyle right now. Then we play Arcanite Magician for your I want to blow stuff up but not blow up my field. And then we play Black Rose for I don't have a field and I want to blow up yours. And then we play Leo. Leo's pretty good against a lot of things, but mostly Burning Abyss when they can't target it. That's kind of cool. Good for us. And you can make it pretty easy with Construct and Falco. And then on to our XYZs, which are, I think, what I'm going to cut from to put a second Shekanaga in here. We play 1 Dweller. I think Dweller might be one I want to take out, but because I'm going to Dweller a little bit, but not as often as I should. And I think Dweller is what is on the chopping block. And then we play Castell. I see myself going to Castell like almost every time I want to go for an XYZ play. So Castell has to stay in. But yeah, Castell's really good for bouncing cards back that you don't want in their hand or you don't want touching the grave. Then we play Digesto Emerald to keep going with our Shaddoll plays. Put back another Construct if we're out. Put back some monsters into the deck. Does you some good, and you can get into it pretty easy. And then, of course, you have to play Exciton Knight. So that's the deck profile for now. I'll probably update it later in the format, maybe in a month or so. But that's it for at least until the new stuff comes out. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. We are probably going to start hitting it hard next week or so. So be on the lookout for more videos. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. See you later.